Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Tawny, and in today's video, I wanted to talk about a very popular style right now called coastal grandmother. This is a style that I have been such a fan of for years and subconsciously have been dressing this way and buying pieces of clothing that fit this style long before it became super viral on TikTok. And because it's something that resonates with me so much, especially living in a coastal town myself, I wanted to share that with you guys and talk about the pieces that can help you create a coastal grandmother aesthetic in your wardrobe. If you enjoy this video, then please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first style item that is quintessential in the coastal grandmother aesthetic is the classic button-down shirt. I'm actually wearing one right now. This is one of my favorites. I got this from the brand Ayer. I will link it down below, but you can get a button-down shirt similar to this from so many high street brands, or you can also go for more luxury brands, but everyone does something like this, and this is the cornerstone of the coastal grandmother look. You can go in many different directions with a classic button-down shirt like this. You could go for something that is more oversized, like the one that I'm wearing right now, for a very relaxed vibe, or you could go for something that's a little bit more on the fitted side. But the coastal grandmother vibe is all about outfits that look really comfortable and effortless, but still super put together and chic at the same time. The next item that you're gonna wanna have in a coastal grandmother wardrobe is linen. Linen is another cornerstone of the aesthetic and just epitomizes relaxed luxury. Linen sets work really great for this aesthetic, but you can also just go for a linen button-down shirt. Many brands have linen shirts. I love mine from Uniqlo. They're very affordable, usually between $20 and $40 for a really nice quality linen shirt. But of course, if you wanted something a little bit more high-end, you could go to Brooks Brothers or Polo Ralph Lauren, Vineyard Vines, different companies like that that are a little bit more expensive than your typical H&M or Uniqlo. Next up, another super popular fabric that you're gonna wanna focus on is cotton. Cotton is a natural fiber that, like linen, is very relaxed and breezy and fits into the coastal lifestyle so well. So cotton shirts or shorts are also a great feature to have in the coastal grandmother wardrobe. Along the same vein as cotton, denim is another great type of item to have in a coastal grandmother wardrobe, but you want to focus on lighter color denim, maybe medium blue at the darkest. White denim is also really great, and if you can go for some more relaxed silhouettes of denim as opposed to a super skinny jean, then that will all give much more of that relaxed coastal grandmother vibe. Chinos are another great option if you don't always want to go for denim. You can go for a long chino pant that is more relaxed, or you could even go for chino shorts, which are one of my personal favorites. I know J. Crew does a ton of different types of chinos that are great for the coastal grandmother aesthetic. Just make sure whatever you choose is not super restrictive and not too short, not too tight, since the coastal grandmother vibe is not about being sexy by showing too much skin. It's more so just being classy and comfortable in a very effortless and classy way. Next up, you're gonna wanna have some cardigans or sweaters, especially something in a really chunky cable knit or any type of knit. I know even though it is summertime, in the evenings it can get a little bit cooler, and a really cute way to wear sweaters in the summertime is loosely draped over the shoulders and tied up in front of the neck. I think that this looks so effortless and beautiful, and it does actually tend to keep you a little bit warmer for those cooler summer nights. And my next tip for the coastal grandmother aesthetic is to keep everything in a very light and neutral color family. So these are gonna be your white, light blues like I'm wearing right now, maybe even some sage green or light yellows, anything that's pale and a little bit muted if you are going with a color. Otherwise, just stick to the typical white, creams, beige, and tans for the majority of the outfit. Alright, so now moving on to some of the accessories. For handbags, you're gonna wanna stick to something like a canvas tote bag, or maybe a straw or a wicker tote bag, or a very simple neutral leather bag. vibe. For canvas bags, my absolute favorite at the moment are the LL Bean boat tote. They were created decades ago for specifically boating, which obviously works perfectly with the whole coastal grandmother vibe. And what's great is they're really not that expensive. So I'll link those down below, but you can get canvas bags from anywhere, as well as wicker and straw bags are super popular these days. As for shoes, the coastal grandmother vibe really goes best with sandals. I personally love Birkenstocks, but a simple leather sandal would work great also, or a simple leather mule. But if you are a sneaker person, then a simple pair of canvas or leather sneakers in a light color, such as white or cream, would also work for this style. As for hats, I would go for a straw hat or a canvas bucket hat. They are so cute, and I love that they are popular right now because I personally love my bucket hats. But like with most things in this style, just make sure it's pretty simple and doesn't have any logos or any kind of crazy colors or designs on it. Now, for the coastal grandmother jewelry look, I don't think that jewelry needs to be so minimalistic that it has to be small and invisible. I think a lot of coastal grandmothers actually do like to wear chunky jewelry, like some maybe chunkier gold earrings or rings or pearl and gold earrings. I think those are all super beautiful. But for me, the minimalism in the jewelry category for coastal grandmother aesthetic is just to not layer up too many pieces of jewelry at the same time. Really try to keep it to just 2 or 3 pieces of jewelry max to achieve that very effortless and clean coastal look. Okay, so now moving on to beauty for the coastal grandmother. This aesthetic to me overlaps a lot with the whole clean girl aesthetic, in that coastal grandmothers, they are typically wealthier, older women. They definitely have time to take care of their hygiene and their hair and their nails and their skin. So that definitely reflects in the aesthetic. So let's start off with hair. Coastal grandmother hairstyles are well kept, but not too overdone. So whatever your natural hairstyle is, try to stick to something similar to that, but just in maybe a little bit more polished look. So for me, for instance, I have naturally kind of wavy hair. So what I've done to illustrate this is just run my hair straightener in my hair to create some curls, but to defrizz it. Overall, it's still very natural looking, but just a little bit more cleaned up and polished. Coastal grandmothers would also definitely keep up with their hair color, unless of course they are fully gray, but you're gonna wanna make sure that you're keeping up with your roots and your highlights if you truly want a polished coastal grandmother look. As for makeup, I feel like the coastal grandmother look is very minimalistic and just accentuating your natural features. Again, very similar to the clean girl look, where a lot of focus is put on skincare itself. I think minimal makeup or almost a no makeup look is so beautiful and goes really well with the coastal grandmother aesthetic. So just doing a little bit of blush, maybe bronzer, maybe a little bit of lip color, some gloss is really nice, and just a little lick of mascara and maybe some clear brow gel. That's really all you need for the coastal grandmother aesthetic. And lastly, in the beauty department, we have nails. So the coastal grandmother aesthetic definitely is not going to have any crazy nail art with bright colors or designs, nothing too long on the fingers, something that's very classic and simple, like a French tip or a nude or a light pink. And just make sure that the manicure is well kept. You will not see a coastal grandmother with chipped nails. And I know it's annoying, but that's why I personally like to get either gel manicures or dip manicures to help my manicure not chip until I get it fully removed and have a completely natural nail afterward. But that's all that I have for you guys in this video. These were all of my tips for helping you create your own coastal grandmother aesthetic, wardrobe, look, whatever you want to call it. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you think I've forgotten a few tips. But if you did enjoy this, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.